All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Just briefly going to be breaking down the New York Knicks offseason so far and the Bridges pickup and losing Hartenstein and just the things that have happened so far with the Knicks. And I got to say, if I'm a Knicks fan right now, I'm super excited for next season. I mean, not only did you add the chemistry piece of it with Bridges now joining back with Jalen, Dante, and Josh making the Nova Knicks a thing, as was rumored all last year, and there was jokes about it all last year. And I'm excited to see that happen. Now I know the five first round draft picks was maybe a bigger haul for a player like Bridges, but looking at the team right now and the circumstance, I don't think it was that much of an overpay at all. The Knicks are in obviously win now mode. We saw Brunson climb up from top 10 to top 5 in the MVP votings towards the end of the season as he's averaging 30 points a game almost as a 6'1" guard who never dunks the basketball. It's pretty impressive. I think it kind of goes under the radar when you're looking at dominant guards right now in the game, and most of them seem to be bigger guards like the Lucas and the Browns. And if you just go down the list, I mean, you got Donovan Mitchell, yes, but Donovan Mitchell also has explosive ability and is able to dunk and jump through the roof. Brunson's just a very, very shifty, manipulative player. He's so good at getting you to ride the backpack and sticking you there, and he's so good at getting you to jump off that pump fake. And he's just a great player. And to see him grow last year through the playoffs and how he played until the hand injury, unfortunately, it was something to see. And now you're adding a guy that averaged over 20 points a game that just got to play all of last year in a Brooklyn Nets team that was, yes, it was a mess and it was a very bad year for the organization. And you still got a bunch of drama going on there, but he was able to play every single game and get all them reps in at being a number one guy and being able to figure it out and get more of an offensive bag. And going into the Knicks now, being more comfortable and not having all that pressure to be the number one guy, he's getting to play with his best friends. And with Mikal Bridges, obviously, we've seen the guy in interviews and stuff. He does not have an ego. He does not care about scoring 20 plus points a game. He wants to win basketball games, and you can tell he is a very, very, very competitive player. So adding him to this defense with Tibbs' coaching style, how he's a defense head first kind of guy, it's a perfect fit, man. It really is. And we got OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges in the same starting lineup, fully healthy. Two guys that are two of the top five defenders in the league as a wing, and two of the top shooters as wings. Especially if you're looking at OG, he's definitely one of the best two-way 3-and-D guys in the league when he's healthy, which plays a big factor too. If this team is healthy, time the playoff time comes around, and we get to see this full starting rotation of Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randle, and Robinson, and then you got DiVincenzo and Josh Hart coming off the bench, and who knows where McBride gets shuffled in there, and Alec Burks probably won't get much playing time now with the Bridges adding. So we're going to see how that goes. And another good thing to look forward to with Knicks fans, knock on wood, Bridges is Iron Man. He never has missed a game in his whole entire life. That's pretty crazy to think. In his whole basketball career, that is, college and now NBA, has yet to miss one single year. And to play as consistent as he has and keep improving his offensive game along with how good his defense has always been, he's always been consistently a good defender. Maybe not as much last year because he was playing more meaningless basketball. As we know, the Nets were just a mess last year. They had no idea what they wanted to do. And yeah, so seeing him fit here, I think it fits perfect. And when you got Randall coming back, another guy that can just give you 20 plus points a game on any night, a good rebounder, great playmaker for his size and his position, one of the best playmakers at the floor in the NBA right now. I like it, and I do think they match up with Boston well. Now, am I going to go ahead and say they beat Boston? No, because we've seen what Boston just did last year and how capable they were last year, and how consistent they were through the whole playoffs. And they lost what 2 games all playoffs, so 3 games all playoffs. So I don't see it being like automatic. Yeah, the Knicks can beat Boston, but yes, they definitely have improved their chances to do that, adding Bridges in. Because now when you look at the rotations, you can put a Bridges on a Brown, and then at the same time have a guy like OG on Tatum, or vice versa. And then you got guys like Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. I think underrated defenders. Josh Hart is very known for his rebounding and his tenacity, but they're also very, very good defenders. So to have them off your bench now to plug in is just crazy, and it's definitely going to be an exciting season for Knicks fans. And I'm excited to see it too. I can't wait. As a big fan of Brunson through the season and seeing his progress leading into the playoffs and how great he played and the big shots he was able to make over and over and over again, like I'm saying, at his size, also at 6 foot, 6'1", it's just incredible. uh, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a scary team, and we just gotta hope that OG Anunoby and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson can pull through and stay healthy, because we're pretty good on Brunson, and we know what we're getting out of Bridges as far as the much as much he'll play, and we know Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, it can give you 35 to 40 minutes on a given night, any given night. So we just gotta hope that the key pieces like Randall and the defensive pieces like OG and Mitchell Robinson are healthy, so we can see the full impact of this team. And if they get matched up with Boston, if I'm Boston, I would be a little hesitant on being confident to play this team. Now, if I'm Boston, I'm probably not as worried about Philly, and I'm not going to break into that right now and why I think that. But I just the injury stuff, with Embiid and who knows what you're going to get out of Paul George. And I love Tyrese Maxey, but that's just a whole different monster to get into right now. But back to the Knicks matching up with the Celtics. Yeah, I think they can not only defend them really well and defend them better as a whole team compared to the whole league, they can match them with scoring. They got Brunson, they got Bridges, they got Randall. All these guys have averaged over 20 plus points a game in their careers. So this is going to be a really fun season for the Knicks fans. And yeah, the only thing I'm saying that's a big problem is right now is the center position, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. They'll re-sign Precious, or they'll go out and get another vet minimum center. They'll find somebody. They'll fix that. But yeah, and I'm looking at the best defense in the NBA last season, and it was Boston, obviously. But coming into next year, I can definitely see the Knicks being the number one, number two defense all year with this lineup, because this is an insane amount of wing defense and pressure to put on any team. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap that up with the Knicks. I do think they're gonna have a really successful season next year. Another really big playoff run. Definitely finishing top three in the East, up there with Boston and Philly. And we'll see what happens there. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining. And if you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for more.